Welcome to the show. Just another podcast day where I tell Al I'm totally ready and then realize 1 second before he starts that the microphone is not in front of my face.
Nowhere near you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am feeling better today.
Good.
Yesterday when we recorded, I had a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. The house just like completely overwhelmed me. But yes, I did get some sleep last night. I woke up feeling much more rational and also still overwhelmed. I mean, the projects that I need to do and the amount of stuff that is still not unpacked is daunting. But we have lots to talk about in today's show. First, Al, how are you?
Fantastic.
Al's just fantastic.
Dive in.
He's just ready to go.
Yeah, that's my new response to everything. Fantastic.
We had kind of a crazy day yesterday. We got so much done. But let me just say, first of all, if you're on Patreon, thank you. Thank you for being with us on Patreon. Tonight, I just posted a video of a tour of our RV.
Yeah.
Very detailed tour. Some footage from our recent weekend in the RV. And also an update, a little bit of the painted house. So if you want to see that, that's on Patreon. Patreon.com/JennaKimJones.
Yeah, join us.
Please join us. Okay, so where do you want to start? My woes, or do you want to start with the podcast update?
Listen, this is the Jenna Kim Jones show.
It really isn't, Al. It is a joint venture. Whenever I lay claim to it, people are like, Al's really funny, and if you didn't have him,
yeah, but sometimes
I'm I get it.
I think I'm talking too much. Talking too much. So, I have no preference. You have the quote unquote rundown.
I have the list.
I will follow your rundown.
Okay, so last night, y'all, I cried. And you're probably like, you're pregnant. You must cry all the time. I gotta say, this has been probably one of my less emotional pregnancies. Wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
I have to flash a look over it now. I want to see his reaction.
Yes. I think that's true. You don't cry that much. So.
Oh, I feel like it's too much. The amount of crying I do.
I think other women cry more. And
I cried last night because I just lost it.
Did you cry after I fell asleep?
No, I finished crying before.
Yeah, okay. So you really didn't have a big cry though.
No, it wasn't like a bawling, hysterical cry. I had one of those a few weeks ago when you weren't around.
Oh, good.
When I had to work and the girls made me feel really guilty about going to work. And so then I bawled my eyes out.
Right.
But that was on my own. That was on my own time. So
cried on the company dime.
That's right. Bawled my eyes out in a rental car.
Yeah.
So I cried last night because I just felt like, what have we done?
Overwhelmed.
Life was so easy in the old house. There was no weird stuff. There was I knew where everything was, even though, we were
like where it was.
No, yeah, exactly.
This is called doing hard things.
Yeah.
This is human nature.
I know.
To not, why uproot your life? Why change? Why take a different job?
Right.
Why pursue some other thing? Because it's super uncomfortable.
Exactly.
And it is painful.
Yes.
It is not physically painful.
Right.
It is mentally and emotionally and sometimes spiritually painful.
Agreed. And I think because it's one of those things where it's like, we completely chose this. No one forced us. We
did it together. You're not alone.
We did it together. Although last night I was feeling like it was all my fault.
But that's why we talked about it beforehand. Right?
Yes.
So that you can't take all the blame. And neither can I.
Right. We can't blame each other.
Me and I can't blame you.
Right. Exactly. Which is great because really that would be awful if that were the case.
It would be terrible.
So anyway, I was so overwhelmed because every time I look around, I'm like, that's a pile of stuff. That's a pile of stuff. And I think the thing that really broke me was the dryer vent. So we moved into this house, and I think we've explained a little bit that like there's been some surprises. There's a lot of things that were broken. A lot of things that we didn't really realize were that bad.
The phrase you're looking for is deferred maintenance.
Yes.
Years of deferred maintenance.
Right. And we felt like every time we turned around, every door we opened, every light switch we turned on was like, what is happening?
Right. Okay.
So we get in our house. We're excited because we felt like we got this win with the dryer. So when we first bought the house, we thought that it was a gas dryer only hookup.
Uh-huh.
But then we found out that it was both, and
Correct.
we don't have a gas dryer.
Right.
So we thought like, hey, a bonus for us. This is so great. Look at us. So we get the dryer hooked up, and we have so much laundry to do, and start doing laundry. It's not working because the dryer is saying there's a clog, there's a clog, there's a clog.
I don't want to start a fire, so I'm only going to do like air dry.
It was trying to air dry with no heat. Nothing was drying.
All our clothes smelled bad.
Everything was moist.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get anything dry. And even when I would hang stuff out, it's Georgia, it's humid. Nothing was making sense. Anyway, so we've just been dealing with that. We had some professionals come out. Why don't you take a look at the dryer vent and clean it out?
I just
duct cleaning.
We might as well just clean out the dryer duct, because you're supposed to do it like every 6 months, every year.
Yeah.
Like there's like a whole bunch of it's like a lot of times firemen will have like a side job.
Totally,
when they're not at
because
the firehouse.
Right.
And it's one of the things they can do to prevent fires.
Exactly. Because if you don't clean it out, you could have a fire. So anyway, we have the professionals come out. They tell us, yeah, we cleaned it. There was a bunch of gunk. Look, here's what we got.
I watched them. Some stuff came out.
Yeah. Okay, great. We travel a little bit. I work a little bit. I come home. I have like so much laundry to do. I mean, like truly mountains of laundry.
Yeah.
And the dryer is still saying it's clogged. Al and I start looking through it. We're like inside the dryer. I have like my arms inside. We're trying to vacuum out the dryer.
I thought maybe something shook loose in the move.
Right.
Right? Like there's some kind of mountain of lint in there.
Right. So we're like doing all this stuff, trying to clean it. Al's reading about Samsung dryers because that's the kind we have. Mm-hmm. And like maybe this piece is broken and I'm not going to be able to take apart this dryer to fix this piece.
There's like a temperature thing that I'm looking at replacing, and they're like, just take the top and the front off, take out the drum. And I'm like, I'm not doing this.
No, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like so frustrated. And then Al goes outside. He gets a ladder, very precariously placed. It was safe, but also very scary.
Safe enough. And not the most dangerous ladder I've ever done.
He has the shop vac. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big shop vac.
He's got this great shop vac, and he's climbing the ladder, trying to carry the shop vac. So I'm lifting it up over my head because our dryer vent is way high. It's like, I've never seen one that high before.
Well, it's because it has to go, the dryer right at the wall, it goes straight up.
Yeah.
And has to get above the next room and then go over through the ceiling and then out.
So it has a journey to go on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Al's like looking through this dryer vent with the flashlight, hanging on for dear life. I got the shop vac over my head. We're lifting it. And he puts that giant hose in there.
I see nothing but clogs in there. I can see them.
You could see the clogs.
Yeah, I knew it was clogged. As soon as I pulled the thing out, I looked at him and I said, they didn't clean this thing.
They didn't
do a good
even
job.
clean it. They didn't even clean it.
So that's why I climbed up further with the shop vac. Someone like, I've got to vacuum this thing out.
Yeah.
And the little tiny hose thing that we bought that goes through the dryer, I went like, there's no way, there's so much in there.
No.
Because it was blocking like a 4-inch pipe.
It was a huge pipe.
Yeah.
So he starts pulling stuff. I mean, y'all, this thing was so clogged. I can't imagine the previous owners dried any clothes.
I don't think they got any. Yeah, because the air wouldn't even come out.
Yeah.
So the sensor was right on the
exactly.
dryer. And I just started like, it filled like half of a shop vac
A big one.
Like
this is a big size shop vac.
And then it jammed a 3-inch hose.
3 times.
3 times, yeah. I pulled out a thing of lint that was like the size of like
I thought maybe it was like a bird's nest. Like it was
king.
Huge.
Yeah. I thought it was like
it was so gross.
And I have like, and I told you, and then I told my parents, and they said the exact same thing. I have this memory as a kid where a snake crawled into our dryer vent, and to get a bird's nest that had been built in there. Mm-hmm. And like the whole time when this thing clogged, I'm like, I bet I have like a snake nest or something.
Yeah, we were worried.
And I was like telling you, don't turn it off. Because if it's stuck in there, I wanted to stay stuck in there till I get it away from myself because I'm pulling this thing out of the wall. And as soon as I told my parents what I was doing, they're like the snakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, it was very damaging.
Well, and we live in the forest in Georgia. There are definitely snakes out there.
I'm always looking for them.
Me too. Constantly.
Yeah. So anyway.
Now
we can dry clothes. We're like cranking away.
We got the thing unclogged, much to my dismay, because first of all, we called professionals to do this and they didn't do it, which then made me have more of a freak out because I'm like, we have all these people that were asking to help us and maybe they're not helping us.
Or we just like went so far beyond their capabilities and skills.
Yeah.
Because
it was that clogged.
Yeah. Like that's like a once in a lifetime dryer vent clog. It was unbelievable.
I keep thinking about the sound that the shop vac made when it got stuck those few times.
Yeah. It was impressive. So listen, that really bothered you. It threw you over the edge and I was like, dude, cross it off the list. Threat neutralized. I feel good.
See, I know. And I'm like outraged that we hired someone and they couldn't do it for us because now I trust no one.
Right.
Like it broke my trust in all these people that we have helping us.
Yeah.
Which is not good. It's not good. I wish I had Al's attitude.
Stuff happens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, good news is I've been doing laundry all day and the laundry smells great and it's perfectly dry. And I will say that has been part of the win today.
Oh, so there you go.
Part of me waking up and going like, it's all going to be fine is that my clothes are getting dry and I'm pounding through this laundry mountain.
Mount Laundry.
So anyway, dryer vent drama added to the stress of my day. Then I went to the doctor, which I hadn't been for a few weeks because I've been working. And I think I told y'all that there was potential I was going to have a C-section because of the placenta. Well, great news. Baby and placenta are both in the correct spot.
Bum-ba-da-dum.
And I will not have to have a C-section. The doctor said, don't even worry about that anymore. That's what she said.
Well, that's nice.
And I was so glad. So then another win for my day.
There you go.
Right? Mm-hmm. So glad. Then I ran like a million errands with my girls. They were basically perfect, which was a bonus, major bonus. But I think the biggest win we had previous to the dryer vent fiasco was something that you've known about our whole marriage that you never really explained to me fully.
No, I have told you about Buc-ee's like 12 times. On this trip alone, I told you about it 3 times. And then I
feel like you really sold it, though.
Well, I didn't want to oversell it. But then when I saw one, I said, Buc-ee's, we should stop. And you said, pulled pork? And I said, not just pulled pork.
Well, the sign said, like, meat on the side of the road.
I was so excited to see it. And I was like, we have to pull over. It's going to be like one of our last stops. Let's do Buc-ee's. I've been wanting to take you there forever.
Yeah.
And it blew you away.
Everyone who isn't from Texas and or surrounding areas, Buc-ee's is a gas station. But it's not just a gas station. It's basically like a gas station amusement park. There are not rides, but emotionally you feel like you've been on a roller coaster. The adrenaline is there.
They've taken the good parts and expounded on them, and they've deleted the bad parts. So
the gas station, first of all, there's 7,000 pumps.
Mm-hmm. And no semis allowed.
No semis. There's so many pumps. So everybody's getting gas.
They're
right?
big and clean and wide.
Yes.
That's what you need. Plenty of room to maneuver. No big deal.
The inside of the gas station is about the size of a Walmart. Maybe not quite that big, but it feels huge.
It's like a grocery store.
They sell home goods. They sell t-shirts that are hilarious. They have a full-on barbecue food, like the best brisket I've had in a long time.
And you don't have to order it.
No,
You
they just
go and
have the
take
sandwiches ready. Like everything's just hot and delicious. And they have every kind of snack you could ever want. Cookies and beef jerky, fudge, chips. They have their own brand. We got this peanut butter cup that was like, they called it a Bucky's Overbite. And it was, Bucky's a beaver, by the way. That's their mascot. And he's very cute. Anyway, so I just have never seen a gas station like this in my life. I feel like Al really undersold it.
I had been in Texas for a while.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty amazing, but I didn't know when we were going to get there. I'm not trying to bug you or oversell you.
I know, but it was
What if he
so
showed
amazing.
up and you're like, man, I don't care. You know, you just never know.
I was so blown away. The sodas, the large soda is 99 cents. Like, that's just it. They just sell the soda for so cheap because they know you're going to buy 10 other things. So why not give you a great deal on the soda?
Yeah, and they've got like 8 people, 2 different register systems, like 2 different entrances and exits.
I have so many regrets of things that I didn't buy that I'm already like trying to figure out in my brain, like, when do we drive back an hour and a half away to Buc-ee's?
Pretty soon, I guess. Probably this weekend. We're just going to fill up on gas so we can drive home and fill up on gas.
I know. I don't know. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay. Anyway, y'all, so much is going on in our lives. We're having a baby in like 6 weeks. We've moved into this crazy house that we really do love. I just had a panic moment. And today was great, and it made up for that. We have so much. Al keeps calling this year, 2021, a transitional year.
Year of transition.
The year of transition. And it really, really is. And we have been discussing this for a while, Al and I. And we are going to make some changes to the podcast.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Do you want to describe the changes?
No, I think you can do it. You got it. You're doing great.
Thanks, Al. I can do it. We have decided that we are going to go back to our old format, meaning we are not going to do a daily podcast where we do these short episodes where it's, we've been doing 10 to 15 minute episodes Monday through Friday. We've been doing it for a couple years. We've actually really enjoyed it. But we just feel like, once again, it's time for us to shake things up. And a good move for us is going to be to go back to once a week. We'll give you like an hour-long episode. So you're still getting the same amount of content.
Yes.
But we're just going to do an episode once a week, and it will come out every Tuesday. So every Tuesday, starting this coming Tuesday, we're going to finish off this week with our short episodes, with our normally scheduled shows. And then starting next week, we will have once a week a Tuesday episode. That's just a big, long chunk. And we'll be covering all the same kind of content that we've been doing. Fun stuff, food stuff, silly news, life updates.
The Friday combined episode.
Right. If you listen to the Friday combined episode, you're getting that. But
so consume it in 10-minute chunks every day if you want.
Sure. You can absolutely do that. I think we just felt like it was time to do one more shakeup.
Yeah.
Because that's what life is all about, right? So we are planning on doing that. Plus, Al and I are working on a little something special where potentially our plan right now is once a month to have a bonus episode that will be available to everyone with guests, with an interview. So we're hoping to interview some other couples.
Yeah.
Some of my comedian friends. If there's people you'd love for us to talk to, please tell us. We are going to start slow on the interview front. So probably about once a month. That's our goal right now, is to release a special Couple Friends episode where we have guests and do interviews. So lots of fun changes coming. We're really excited. And we hope that you will stick with us and support us. And as far as Patreon goes, you will still get the full hour episode video. So you're still going to be able to watch the show on Patreon, and we're still going to bring you tons of great content on Patreon like we've been trying to do. We hope that y'all are enjoying it.
It's not any less content.
No, it's just going to come not every day.
Right.
Right.
And I think that'll be fun because there's been topics we wanted to talk more about.
Right.
And the 10-minute format, we just don't have enough time.
Yeah.
We spend so much time just doing the intro and the outro.
Right.
It's like,
And we've just felt recently like it's time to open up ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
And this is just going to work. I think it's going to work really well for this next phase of life for us too, with a new baby and with work and stand up and everything that we're trying to accomplish, as well as raise a family, as well as have a career. And just, it's a lot. So, y'all, thank you for all your support. Thank you for being so great. And we're really excited about this. So we're going to finish off this week strong. We'll make sure we keep announcing. But next Monday, there will be no episode because you're getting the full 1 hour episode on Tuesday.
Yeehaw.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will be back tomorrow. Bye. Hey, y'all. Are you following us on social media yet? Find us on Twitter and Instagram at JKJ and Al, and like us on Facebook at JKJ and Al.